Ladies and gentlemen, we are back with yet another video of the Arizona Sports Fan. Thank you so very much for tuning in, guys. We are doing another rebuild Arizona Cardinals 2020. Now, as you can tell by the screen currently right now, we have a couple big things I wanted to go ahead and mention. Now, we do have a cap room of $51 million, according to a couple different websites that I have seen. Now, that is already taking into account of re-signing Larry Fitzgerald for the $11 million contract. So some big things we're going to go ahead and do here. I know this sounds crazy, but we are going to let Kenyon Drake walk. Now, bear with me here. I will be explaining a little later on as to why this is going to happen. DJ Humphries, we're going to let him walk too. The whole injury concern to me is a big deal, and I feel like we're going to let him walk. Next, we have David Johnson is going to get traded to the Tampa Bay Buccaneers for a 4th-round pick. Now, I get it, but the thing is that the Tampa Bay Buccaneers is going to take his full salary. Now, with that being said, $51 million plus $14 million from David Johnson, $65 million, guys, we have to work with in free agency. Let's go ahead and get started. So for our first signing, I'm going to go ahead and start off with Zane Gonzalez, our kicker. 3-year deal, $6 million total. Last rebuild, I completely forgot about Zane Gonzalez. I feel pretty dumb about that. But honestly, I really do like what I've seen from Zane Gonzalez. He's a dependable kicker, and I have no doubt in my mind that he is going to be re-signed with the Arizona Cardinals. Just the dependability alone. And Zane Gonzalez, I'm a really big fan of that. And for my next signing, I'm going to go ahead and sign Brian Bulaga, and I'm going to put him in the right tackle spot for a 2-year deal, $10 million. And the reason why I'm getting him in such an awesome deal is because he did have some injuries and he is getting older as well. Now, like I did mention, I am choosing to put him in the right tackle position because bottom line, I feel like he's a solid player. We do need a player to go ahead and keep Kyler Murray upright, and this would be a great addition to our offensive line. And next, we have Corey Littleton, inside linebacker. I'm going to go ahead and sign him to a 3-year deal for $24 million. That puts him at $8 million per year. Now, he is a part of my last rebuild, but the main reason why I want to get Corey Littleton is because there's no doubt in my mind that we are in dire need for another inside linebacker, somebody to put right next to Jordan Hicks, somebody to stop the run, and just overall a great baller. I really do like Corey Littleton, so with this acquisition, we are sitting at $49 million left. I have 2 more big free agency signings that I'm looking into. Let's go ahead and get it. And next, we are going to go ahead and pick up Javon Hargrave, defensive tackle. He used to play for the Pittsburgh Steelers. Now, I'm going to go ahead and sign him to a 3-year deal for $39 million. Now, one of the main reasons why I wanted to pick up Javon, he had 4 sacks, 1 forced fumble, and he's still 26 years old, so he's pretty young still. But what I want to do is I want to create a defensive line that the other teams are completely scared of, and I do feel like with adding Javon Hargrave is going to go ahead and add a lot of beef in that defensive line, and it's going to cause havoc to the other team's quarterback. And last but definitely not least, I'm going to go ahead and add a player here in the free agency market that's going to be the opposite side of Chandler Jones. I will be signing Shaquille Barrett, outside linebacker, to a 4-year deal, $80 million. Now, one of the big reasons why he is going to be my big market signing here, and not Chris Jones, is Chris Jones seems to really want to stay with the Chiefs. He might give them a hometown discount just because of the team. But nonetheless, imagine Shaquille Barrett, opposite side of Chandler Jones, just wreaking havoc on the outside. This would be a awesome thing to see for Chandler Jones, and also Shaquille Barrett too. So those are going to be my main free agent signings here. With those players, we are still left with $16 million to use in the draft, as well as other small players that we can pick up in free agency. Now, with that being said, I did mention that my last mock draft 2.0, I am going to be drafting with the first round Andrew Thomas, left tackle from Georgia. Now, I'm going to go ahead and put him in the left tackle position because, of course, we lost DJ Humphries, and I feel like Andrew Thomas is going to be a plug-and-play player at that point. He's 6'5", 320 pounds, a great young talent to start building around our young offensive line. I am super excited to add this talent and to keep Kyler Murray upright. And now on to the second round. Who I'm going to pick up with the second round pick is J.K. Dobbins, running back out of Ohio State. Now, we did lose Kenyon Drake because he is going to want a lot of money. And we also did trade away David Johnson. So J.K. Dobbins is going to go ahead and get slotted in as the number one running back for the Arizona Cardinals, along with Chase Edmonds. Now, J.K. Dobbins had a fantastic year at the running back position. He had over 2,000 yards and also 21 touchdowns. So adding a talent like J.K. Dobbins would be amazing. And now moving on to the third round pick. Now, everybody's been talking about that we can get a wide receiver later on in the draft. Now, for my third round pick, I am going to go with Brandon Aiyuk, wide receiver from Arizona State. Now, he was second behind N'Keal Harry, but he had a breakout season once N'Keal Harry ended up going to the NFL. He had 65 receptions, over 1,100 yards receiving, as well as 8 touchdowns. Now, I really do like what I've seen from Brandon Aiyuk. I do see that he could possibly be a number one wide receiver, especially how big his stature is and, how much of a nice route runner he is as well. So picking up a talent like Brandon Aiyuk in the third round will just be a straight steal. And now moving on to the fourth round, I am going to get Rashad Lawrence, defensive line from LSU. Now, Rashad Lawrence is a big individual. He's 6'2", 308 pounds. Bottom line is what I'm trying to do is I am trying to make sure that nobody is going to be able to run against our defensive line, and adding a pure talent like Rashad Lawrence on that defensive line, I feel like he can just stop the run anytime. He is such an amazing talent. I really do like what I've seen from Rashad Lawrence. Now, keep in mind, we have 2 fourth-round picks because we did go ahead and trade away David Johnson. So for our second fourth-round pick, I'm going to go ahead and have to get Malik Harrison, linebacker from Ohio State Buckeyes. Now, I also do remember him also playing a little safety as well. I think he was kind of one of those hybrid players, but this man is a force to be reckoned with. He's 6'3", 240 pounds. He can run down anybody with the ball. I have seen him in coverage. I really do like what I've seen from him. He would be an outstanding signing to have, especially learning under Jordan Hicks as well as Corey Littleton if we end up signing him. So this would be a great addition to our middle linebacker core. And now moving on to the 6th round. Now, no, we did not skip the 5th round pick. We do not have a 5th round pick in this scenario because we ended up getting Kenyon Drake with that pick. But with the 6th round pick, I am going to go ahead and get Levert Hill, DB from Michigan. Now, he had 3 interceptions, only 10 solo tackles. He didn't force any fumbles or anything like that, but I really do like his coverage skills, and anybody that can help in the DB position. I feel like that's one of the hardest positions to play in the NFL because there's always something happening. There's a flag here, there's a flag there. You can't touch the wide receiver. But just getting a great young talent in Levert Hill to learn under Patrick Peterson. Who knows what's going to happen with Patrick Peterson? So getting some more talent within that group, I am all up for. And now for the 7th round pick, I am going to go ahead and get Sha Deke Charles. He is 6'4", 295 pounds out of LSU. Now, the main reason why I feel like I can get him this far back, I just feel like he's one of those players that could possibly drop in the draft. If not, and he goes earlier, then that would be a bummer. But to get a talent like Sha Deke Charles would be super awesome. I would be super on board with that. And honestly, getting more offensive tackle help would be amazing. So guys, that is going to be my rebuild for 2020 2.0 Arizona Cardinals. Guys, let me know what you guys think. Let me know what you would do differently in the draft, in free agency. Leave it in the comments below. All right, guys, that's pretty much all I got. Thank you so much.